I wanted to do a quick video to show you how to calibrate your sprayer. I know there's 1,000 videos out there on how to do it, but I'm going to show you my take on it. So what I'll be demonstrating with today is a battery powered sprayer. This is a Strom 4-gallon, and I highly recommend the battery powered sprayers. It keeps your spray pressure consistent. So this TFVS 2.0 nozzle is what we're going to calibrate the yard with. And what I want to do first is show you on the concrete the correct overlap on this nozzle. So I'm going to try to overlap at 100%, which means the edge of my spray pattern is going to go back to the center of the previous pass. Now TeeJet will give you the disclaimer that a minimum of 30% is a requirement. We'll just look at the concrete here and see. I'm going to hold it right in front of me. We're going to see how far it sprays. All right, so it basically sprayed over to this crack in the concrete and over to this crack in the concrete. So this is where I was standing. So what we want to do is take enough steps to get to the edge of the concrete over there, because that's halfway on the spray pattern. So that's 1, 2 steps. And then when you pull the trigger again, you can't quite see it, but we got a edge of our spray pattern going back to that center mark where I just was. How I'm going to use that information is when I get in my yard, when I finish up my pass, I'm going to take 2 steps over, and then I'm going to start my next pass just like that. 16,000 square feet here, and I've got 4 gallons of water in my backpack sprayer, and we're going to see how much that 4 gallons will cover. One important note is your walking pace. I walk pretty quickly when I'm doing this application, because I know that if I don't, I'll run out of volume before I get the whole 15,000 square foot done, and I've just learned that over spraying my yard several times. But just one thing to keep in mind, that the walking pace greatly influences your calibration. One other important thing to note is make sure you're walking in a straight line. It's a lot easier when there's stripes in the yard, which I have a few from when I did my scalp. Kind of hard to see from this angle, but 16,000 square feet, and it took me 8 minutes to spray. So that's what I like about these floodjet type nozzles, is just the efficiency they have. So it looks like I have right at a ½ gallon of fluid left, and I had it filled up to the 4-gallon mark on my Strom. We had 3.5 gallons of solution sprayed out. There's 4 quarts in a gallon, so we sprayed out 14 quarts. So divide that by 16, 0.875 quarts per 1,000 square foot is what we sprayed out. Let's sum this video up here and try to keep it simple as can be. So what you care about as a homeowner is it took X amount of gallons to cover X amount of 1,000 square feet. For me, that was 3.5 gallons of finished solution to cover 16,000 square feet. For you, it's going to be different. It's going to be whatever you calibrated it as, but for me, that's what it ended up being. Now, if you wanted to take it a step farther and just divide that gallons out of your 1,000 square foot and figure out how many ounces it took to cover per 1,000 square foot, then you could go spray somebody else's yard. In lieu of keeping it simple, all that matters to you is how much finished solution it takes to cover your yard. And that's as simple as it gets. The only thing that can change that is your walking pace and your overlap. And as long as you keep both of those consistent, it will be the same amount of solution each time. So I hope this helped out. Just try to keep everything simple and don't overcomplicate it. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll try to get them answered.